Hello guys, and welcome again. I am Mr. JF Chavangwane. So today we have some exciting maths, which is mathematical literacy for grade 11 and 12, as well as grade 10, because this information is not only limited to grade 11 and 12, because the information is the same. So if you are in grade 10, the information is more relevant for you, because next year you will also be doing grade 11, and also in grade 10 you are doing the same, almost the similar thing as in grade 10. So now we have a topic that we have to do, which is finances. But under finances we are doing financial documents. Under financial document we are doing a special type of a financial document which is used almost every day of our lives. So now we have that in financial document called a till receipt, right? Till receipt is it's used by everyone every day. So till receipts, they are used in everyday life. For example, when you are going to do your shopping from a certain shop, maybe your clothing shop, your grocery shop, when you buy, they give you that receipt. Then you use it to present as an evidence to the security guard at the door to show that you have paid, right? In case, maybe let's take you bought you went to a pharmacy to buy some medication, and then you got your receipt, and then you went home, and then when you're home you recognize, no, you bought the wrong medication. So you can use your receipt to get an exchange or a refund, right? So till slip, they are having variety and many uses. So here we have a question which is from one of the previous exam question papers. Yes, so you must make sure during this time of lockdown, where things are unable to move around, you must make sure you are always on your schoolwork, because they will be school. Definitely this thing will come to an end sometime, right? Okay, so let us get straight to our question and go through it together, because this is one of the questions which I have identified that learners, they have confusion when it comes to answering the questions. So now we have a question here, which is here in this question 1, but it's not question 1 from the question paper which it has been extracted from. So it's question 1 for the case of our question. So now here we have a question which is saying Betty went to a shop. Which shop? Betty went to Sparrow shop to buy some items, right? And then she had a loyal card that she uses to earn points when presented at the till. I'm sure you all know about loyal cards. Those cards you get from your stores, such as grocery shops, maybe your clothing shop. They give you those cards which are called reward cards, where you buy, and then when you buy, you get points. The more you buy, the more points you earn, to ensure that you're always buying from their shop. Now, the earned points can be converted into cash to buy some items from the shop when it is needed, right? So, of course, you know that if you have the points, enough points in your card, you can use your card to purchase some goods. So the points, they can act as your cash. Now, they are saying study the receipt below or the till slip below and answer the questions that follow. And in bracket, they are saying some information is omitted. So that means our receipt can have information that is not there, right? So we may be required to find such information. Okay? Okay, thanks. Now, for a till slip, any till slip, a receipt from a shop, it must have your name, the name of the shop where you bought the goods from, right? So in this case, our shop is Sparrow shop, and as well it must have the contact number of the shop, right? And also the address of the shop. It must have those things. And as well, if you see a receipt, your receipt must also show you the items that you bought, to say, okay, this one bought a carrier bag and also bought some mac beans, some delicious mac beans there. And as well, it must show you the items that you bought, and they must also indicate the price for those items, right? Okay, so, and also a receipt shows you how many items did you buy, right? So in this case, you bought how many items? 12 items. If you can count, you can count and find that your items are 12, right? So you count the items, and then you find that there are 12. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one there are 2, 7, because there are 2 margarines there, so it's 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it's twice, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 carrier bags, so it's 12, right? So you get 12 items. So we know that we bought 12 items. In case the security there is trying to check if you have all your items, you are not missing anything, then they can use your receipt to say no, you are missing something here. Okay, what else we must see? Your receipt must indicate the total that you have to pay. So in this case, for all the items, the person must pay 278 rand. So these items, all of them, they cost 278 rand. Now also it must indicate the method that you have used. If you've paid cash, that means for 278 rand, to pay for 278 rand, and then you give the teller maybe 300 rand to pay in cash, then it must show that you have handed in 300 rand in cash to pay and your change, right? So in this case here, Betty tendered a debit card. That means she paid it through a debit card. So it's a bank card, right, where this money was debited, 278, right? So but we see that instead of 278, that these items, all of them, they cost, she paid what? She paid 478. So why is it this case? Have they robbed her? Now we look here. There's something called change in cash. So if you use maybe your credit card, your bank card to pay, right? Do you expect them to return you a change? No, because you are using a debit card. So in this case, she paid 478 and there was 200 change. That means this was a cashback, right? So it's a cashback. She asked for 200 to be given to her. So that means it's 278 plus 200, then you get 478. So she used a credit card to pay for the items and as well to ask for a cash return. And then we analyze our receipt. So we see now they are talking about points N. So before, when going to the shop, she had how many points? 1,638, right? So and then you have this sale. So that means for the items that she bought, she earned herself 13 points. So she bought items for 278, and then that gave her 13 points. So as well, you see now you have total points. So it means if you add this one and that one, you get. And then you have this section down here which is talking about the VAT, right? So now you have items which are rated at the VAT of 0. Those items are VAT exempt. That means your items do not pay the VAT. They have been exempted from paying the VAT. For example, when you buy bread from your shop, the bread is exempted from VAT because those are regarded as basic needs, the things that we need every day, and they are very important for us. Those items are basic, they are basic items. They do not pay VAT, and including the sanitary towels of ladies, which has been recently VAT exempted, right? So, and many other items that are regarded as basic need, they will have the VAT rate at 0%. So now we also have, we see now the VAT rate of 0%, and the total of those items, they are 36 rand 99, right? So you see the tax is 0 there. Okay, now you also have in this case the VAT for this question is 14%. That means this is an old question because currently in South Africa the VAT rate is 15%. So here we had an old question which is having the VAT rate as 14%. So make sure if you get your question paper, you analyze your receipt, you see, you do not get excited to say you know these things, because excitement can make you lose marks. So we also see that this item which is 0 VAT rated is 36.99. So we go back to our question, right? Now our first question is saying identify the item and the price of an item that is zero VAT rated, right? So now read questions very clearly. Do not read with a rush. So make sure you have patience when reading your questions, right? So now they are asking us to identify the item and the price. So make sure you read with understanding. They want the name of the item and as well the price of the item. That means they are indirectly telling you that there's only one item, because they say identify the item and the price. So there's only one item that is not paying VAT here, and then we have 2 marks. So that means maybe 1 mark is for you to identify the name of the item and as well the price of the item. How do you see an item that is not paying VAT from your receipt? So let us look at our receipt. So we look at the items, right? So but then we notice something about these items here. This item here, it has a symbol next to it. That symbol, and as well that symbol is an asterisk, right? And normally this symbol is written like this. Sorry, the symbol is written like that, and the name of that symbol is an asterisk, is to show that the item is VAT exempt or is not paying VAT, and the price of that item is 36.99, and the name is Mark Beans. So the name of the item that is not paying VAT is Mark Beans. So you write Mark Beans. Mark Beans. The price is 36.99. So that means you get 1 mark for that and 1 mark for that. And as well, to confirm that indeed there's one item that is not paying VAT, go to your VAT section, right? This section here, this section is showing you the VAT rating. Go to the VAT rating with 0% and see if the total you get here corresponds to the item you have here. So here we only had one item which is costing 36.99, and that is 36.99. So in fact, if you had maybe 2 items, maybe you had this item and a bread that was not paying VAT, and the bread was R7.99, here you're going to have 36 Rand plus R7.99 of that bread. So in this case, we only have one item which is 36.99, and hence we have 36.99 there. So we have answered that question. So the next question, they are saying explain why some items are zero VAT rated. So I have just explained that to you, to say the items that we need daily, like bread, those items are regarded as basic needs, right? So we do not have to pay VAT for such items, right? So now they are saying explain. So to explain, they are saying because they are basic needs. They are basic needs. We need them every day because they are basic needs, and the poor afford. So these items that are zero VAT rated, they are basic needs, and we need to make sure that everyone affords, and even the poor. So now you have your 2 marks there, right? Next question. Next question. What's the next question? Now they are saying identify the cash amount paid. Ask from the cash teller, right, in the Spar shop. So now remember, we analyze our receipt, and we notice that the total price of the item that she was supposed to pay, it was it was 278, but then she ended up paying 478. And remember, we said the change in cash, the cashback was 200 rand. So in this case, they are saying identify the cash amount that Betty asked from that cashier. So what is that amount? The amount is 200 rand. So she asked for 200 rand for cashback. And then now let's look at the next question. The next question is saying calculate the cost of 600 Bostik press stick at Sparrow Shop excluding VAT. So now we go back to our receipt to see if there's anything that is talking about the press stick. So if we look at our receipt, we see that there it is. 100-gram press stick is costing 17 rand 99, and then now we are asked to calculate the cost for 600 gram. So now we are saying 100 gram is equal to okay. So we apologize for the technical error. We experienced a technical error. So now, but we continue with our question. Our question was saying we calculate the cost of 600-gram press stick. Now we see from the question we are given that 100-gram is costing 17 rand 99. So let's see 100 gram. If 100 gram of that press stick is equal to 17 rand 90. 17 rand 99. So now what we need to know is to find the cost of 600 gram. So but you notice that 600 gram is 6 times 100 gram. So even the cost will be equal to 6 times 17 rand 99. Then we go and use our calculator. Make sure you use your calculator. Please make sure you have a calculator. And then you press 17 rand 90, 17 rand 99 times 6. So what is the answer? You get this answer and you write it in standard decimal. So you have that answer equals to what? Let's see. The answer is 107.94. So our answer is 107.94 rand, right? So you get it right. So now let's look at the next question, right? Let's look at the next question. So we move on with the next question. What's the next question? The next question is saying calculate the value of 1 point earned by the customers at Sparrow's shop. Give your answer in the nearest range. So make sure you listen to the question. The question is to calculate the value of 1 point earned by the customers. But you don't end there. You make sure your answer is converted into the nearest 10 rands. So let's go back to our screen. So let's see how can we calculate that. So remember we said what was the total price for the items that she bought. The total price was 278, and then for that 278.78 cents, she earned how many points? 13 points. So we want to know, let's write that down. So 13 points, if 13 points is equal to 278.78. So what will be the value of 1 point? 1 point will be equal to, you divide both sides, you divide the amount by 13. 1 point will be equal to 278.78 divided by 13, right? So 1 point, sorry, and then you get your answer. So we use our calculator and press it. So you press your calculator, our calculator, and you press 278. Well, okay. So you say 278.18, and you divide by what? Divide by 13, which is the number of points and per and and when you purchase 210. So the answer you get is 21,820. So the answer is 21,8. What was it? Is 21, it's 21,39. Sorry, I'm making a mistake. So it's 21,39. So this is not an 8, but it's a 39. Okay. So you have 21,39. But the question said round off your answer to the nearest 10 rand. So this means what? 21 rand, right? So the nearest 10 rand of 21 rand, the nearest 10 rand, it will be 20 rand. Therefore, it would be equal to 20 rands. So 1 point is equal to 20 rand. Then you write your answer in word. 1 point is equal to 20. Okay, so now let's see if we have another exciting question, right? So we go back to our questions. Where are they? Okay, so the next question is saying calculate the price of 1 kg Flora regular margarine. Okay, so we go back to our receipt to check what information are we given there that is talking about Flora margarine. So now we are told that the Flora margarine, she bought 2 of them at 2 1 kgs, right, at that price. So that means she bought 2 margarines, each 1 kg. Both of them, they costed 99 rand, 98. So to find the cost of 1 kg, right? So we erase here to open a space. Let's erase. Okay. So now we see we had 2 times 1 kg, the one that she purchased. She purchased 2 times 1 kg. What was the price here that she paid? She paid what? 99 rand, 98. Sorry, is 98. So what is the price of 1 kg? 1 kg will be equal to that price divided by 2 to find 1 kg. If two of them, they cost 99 rand, 98 rand. So to find a single margarine, the cost of a single 1 kg margarine, then you say 99 rand divided by 2. Then you visit your friend, you calculate, and then you press 99 rand point 98 divided by 2. So what's our answer? Our answer, and then you press SD, our answer is 49 rand 99. So 1 kg is costing 49 rand 99, and then you get your marks. So that's it. Then we go and look if you still have another exciting problem. Okay, let's see. Okay, now the question is saying calculate the total for all food which calculate the total for all food items which VAT is charged. Right, you go back to your receipt and check the all food items which VAT is charged. So now you have your total as 278, and then what you do, you take your total and subtract the one that are not paying VAT. So you have total of items paying VAT. VAT, right? Underline. So what do we have? You have 278. They are total, all of them combined. Those who are not paying VAT and those who are paying VAT, they are both equal to 278. Then you subtract the total of those that are not paying VAT. What is it? Subtract 36 rand 99. So what is your answer? This is range. So you use your calculator and say 278 0.78 minus 36 rand 99. So you have 278.78 minus 36 rand 99. 36 rand 99 is for those items which are not paying VAT. So you take your total price minus the total of those that are not paying VAT, and then you get 241 is 241 point 241,79, and then you get your answer 241.79. Then you have your answer. So I think we are done with all the questions. Let's confirm. Yes, we are done with all the questions. So now you have to make sure that you are studying, you are at home, because now that the lockdown has been extended, it means that you have more time on your own to study and less time at school. So make sure you're at home studying. So in the next video, we'll be focusing on tariffs, one of the tariff problems that we'll be looking at the next video. Let's just show you so that you copy it down, and then you will be ready for the next video. Okay, so in the next video we'll be focusing on tariffs, right? So this is a question on water tariff, which is also from one of the previous exam question paper. Now there is that question, so you can pause and take it down, right? You can pause and take it down. So those are the questions that we'll be doing in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and then you find them useful. So make sure you are studying, you are safe, you stay at home, you follow all the precautions to make sure your life is not lost. Your life is not lost due to coronavirus. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.